No. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Dave Chappelle.
Speaking of Dave Chappelle, if y'all didn't know, he was recently he recently released another stand-up special.
He did?
Yeah.
It's called "Fuck This Bullshit Proposal."
Coming from the concrete, juggle of the wood. Smell the flowers in the air, burning from the wood.
Fuck them houses.
It was about 76 seconds long. And he ended it with "I'm serious."
We can watch the video, and then I'd like to hear your thoughts. And I got a little bit of backstory on it after we watch it. It's a short video.
All right, let's see what Clayton Bigsby got to say.
He do look like Clayton Bigsby, though.
This shit did look bad. And then it cleaned it up a little bit, and then it went back down.
Okay, so go ahead and play.
Goddamn rookie.
Can I go?
And we can pull down for that goddamn
go to the beginning of this video because it comes in hilarious, by the way. The way he hit the microphone with his hat is just some. I thought you had to be like 74 to do some shit like that.
No. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Dave Chappelle. I just want to say, and Marianne, I can talk to you about this privately. I don't know why the village council would be afraid of litigation from a $24 million a year company while they X out a $65 million a year company. I cannot believe you would make me audition for you. You look like clowns. I am not bluffing. I will take it all off the table. That's all. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So.
All right.
All right.
Hey. I like to say that Dave, first off, is severely overestimating his Daveness. He has made Yellow Springs look mighty fucking appealing to somebody that probably has tripled the amount of money that he has. He needs to be aware of that. Like, he needs to not Joe Rogan nigger, and he needs to not Joe Rogan white nigger.
I don't know what you're saying.
He's saying
he better slow down before he gets his nigga wake up call.
Right. He's saying he's gonna pull the $65 million out, but drawing attention of somebody that might have 250.
Yeah.
To what end? I don't know what.
I don't want niggas around me either.
To him not being able to tap his hat never again on that fucking microphone. To him having to move to another Yellow Springs, to Blue Springs to do that shit.
Hey, look. It's something about a black man being his full, authentic, curmudgeon self that I like. I like that, and I like to think that we can all get there at some point one day if we too had $100 million. Yeah,
I'm gonna put this with the I'm gonna put this one in the Hank Azaria pile. I'll read the actual proposal.
Well, okay. Well, this is the proposal. The proposal that he was trying to squash was a $24 million development that was supposed to be provided by another investor who was going to donate. I think it was 115 acres or something like that of land for a new development, for residential development that was supposed to have low-income housing attached to it. The thing of it is this. It was never intended to have low-income housing there. They had no plans for low-income housing. This shit wasn't written in. That shit was just a footnote. Oh, we're going to do this. We're going to build 140 homes in this development, mixed condos, high-rise and shit like that. And eventually we'll set aside a certain plot of land or area, whatever, for low-income residents. But the proposed size of the land I think they was trying to give was about, 2 acres. Maybe 4, somewhere around like that. but it would have been a total of maybe 5, 6 houses or some shit like that. Whatever the acreage is, they would have had about 5 or 6 houses that could have been built there in that area. So you're talking about 5 or 6 affordable homes in this 143 or 144 unit development. You're gonna give us 5 or 6 that's low income, and then try to position the bill as something that's going to be for low income people and it's going to be good for the community. It's not. And I was reading a report that said a lot of the times when these developments do that, when they say we're gonna have low income housing and shit like that, they're able to skirt and get around the low income housing requirement by putting low income housing elsewhere. Like you can say, yeah, over here you can get your development in Yellow Springs for low income housing, but the low income housing doesn't necessarily have to be built in that area. You can build it wherever the fuck you want and then say, well, I built it, so no harm, no foul type shit. However they legalese, jujitsu their way out of that shit, they do it. And it's a common practice among real estate developers to, push their projects forward with the guise of community development. Underserved people are going to be able to get homes and it's going to be nice, mixed income and all of it. And oftentimes it doesn't turn out that way. And this particular development that Dave was railing against had all the earmarks of that same scam. It's a scam. And he wasn't going for it, period. And not just because it was going to be low income housing there, but because the way that they were trying to build it didn't have any infrastructure set up to facilitate that in any real type of way. They wanted to slap some shit together in overcrowded area that nobody wanted to be that crowded, and under the guise that it was going to be low income housing, and all it was going to do is fuck around and gentrify the area. And I know it sounds weird to say gentrify that area that I think is like 90% white.
95% white, 99.9% white, with Dave and his half Asian family.
Right. But what they end up doing, and what they suspect is going to end up happening is they're just going to bring a bunch of affluent white people into that area and put them in those homes. So it's not like Dave is shitting on the downtrodden and being a Scrooge or a miser and saying, "Nah, I'm not living around them poor people." It's not the crux of it. It's more so about the haphazard way they try to put that shit together and kill the actual community that's trying to be built. So that's it.
Like I said, I need to read this shit for myself. I give an opinion because I've heard several different aspects of this. I've heard that there were 3 different plans. Because this plan, first of all, isn't new. This is a plan that this particular company has successfully interwoven into many cities, and they're just here now with this cookie cutter plan. They just been popping it, and it's cookie cutter because it's been very successful everywhere, and it's brought in every city previously. It's brought the exact amount of fucking affordable housing that they said they was going to bring. It wasn't underdeveloped. Everything was exactly above board. Mm-hmm. What they say Dave has a problem with is that the fucking affordable housing side was going to be in his backyard. It was going to be nowhere near the development that they were putting in. It was going to be it was going to be everything it was purported to be. It was going to be beneficial to the community and everything. They was just going to put it in his backyard. And they say that's what.
I think they purported 2 acres. I think that acreage is in their plan. 4 acres.
Hold on. Right. And then once the video that we seen was the culmination of all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then once he voiced his disposition to the shit, he didn't just blow up at these people. He didn't just come down to this shit and this shit all happened. They've been back and forth with him.
Right.
Then once he said no to that shit being in my backyard, that's when they gave him the 4 acres inside of the already, because quote unquote there was no place left for it to go, quote unquote.
Mhm.
And then that's when you got the third plan that has nixed the affordable community shit all together. And that's when you got Dave up at arms. So
Mhm.
in that, guys, that lends different context to this shit.
Well, I look forward to your opinion when you figure it out. I don't know. I think that the attack on Dave as being a motherfucker that's against affordable housing is a disingenuous, lazy hit piece on the motherfucker, and I think they got an agenda by doing it. I think
Let's say it.
it's
Let's conspiracy together. They're trying to take Dave down so he doesn't help Joe Rogan.
period, point blank. They gonna get your allies too. That motherfucker he looked like he's gonna try to help you out.
Oh, come on now. The letter gang done already went after Dave.
Look,
They're coming back around with the letter gang.
here's what they don't understand. Dave was never finna help that nigga. When that shit popped out, Dave was sitting at the crib. Ooh, shit. Ooh. That's what Dave did.
I think Dave had already seen all that shit.
Exactly. And now when he seen they on his ass, he just
Yeah. I don't know.
And they realize some fights ain't fight worthy.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you gotta let them go.
I mean, you already got your ass whooped. I mean, ain't no need for both of us getting our ass whooped.
No, I think you could be very, very close fair weather friends. I think it's not that in Hollywood. I think you could be very, 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 very close fair weather friends.
Facts. And they might be. But I don't know, motherfucker.